Viewing the constraints applied to a sketched entity. Here we have a sketched entity, and we want to go and see what constraints we have on this entity. We're going to go up to the constraints panel. In the constraints panel, we have a button right here that we're going to click on. This button is show constraints. Now, when we hover over a particular entity and we wait a second, we pause, you'll see that it'll throw out the various constraints. In this case, there's two perpendiculars and a parallel. If I come down over to this item here, you can see that there's a parallel there. Also, I can come over to this one. You can see there's two perpendiculars. Come up to this one right here, two perpendiculars. Come down to this one, you can see there's a horizontal and a perpendicular. And when we get to the skewed lines, you can just see that the coincident ones are shown in yellow. So we can kind of hover over that and we get a yellow coincidence on those like little square grips to that. So we can hit escape. So that's just to show that whatever constraints on a particular entity. If we want to see all the constraints, show all the constraints, we can want to come down onto our status bar down at the bottom of the screen, and down here we have a button that is show all constraints. When I turn that on, it shows every constraint that is on the drawing in the graphics window. And so we can have that on, we can go and click on it, turn that off, and that way you can see every constraint going on. Sometimes that gets to be a little too busy when you're working to see all the different constraints, so sometimes we just want to have it off and we want to go up and see a particular entity, what that constraint is for that one entity, and therefore we use show constraints for that.